Spencer with Profit Dig. Today I want to talk to you, especially if you're a new construction company or thinking about going into construction business, about equipment costs. Things I've run into in the past when I talk to people, especially starting up people, they don't really know what equipment costs them to run each and every day. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What's your equipment cost you to run your equipment on a daily basis? In my experience, a lot of people will use rental rates to track their equipment cost. That's okay, and it's most time it's profitable, but it can cost you jobs in the long run, because you're at an inflated rate versus what it would cost you to own your own equipment. So let's say you're looking at a new D6 dozer. Say that D6 dozer is going to cost you $275,000 to purchase. I don't know what your interest rate and everything's going to run you, so everybody's monthly cost is going to be a little bit different. But I know if I go rent that dozer, it's going to cost me around $6,000 to $7,000 a month plus tax. And I know that I can pay for this dozer somewhere around $2,500 to $3,500 a month. So it's going to be somewhere between 30 to 50% savings to buy your own equipment versus rental equipment. So in the long run, you can lower your actual cost per job if you are making payments on a piece of equipment. The downfall to that is you've got to have jobs to move that equipment to if you're purchasing that equipment. Rental equipment, you can turn it in and no harm, no foul, you stop your payments. But once you make the decision to make this purchase, you've got to make sure you're doing your job, you're being adamant about bidding work and keeping work to go in the future. So a formula I've used over the years is you take this cost, this $275,000, most of the time, the average working year is 2,080 hours. I know there's going to be some overtime in there, but it's going to balance out somewhere around 2,080 hours a year. So in 5 years, you're going to have $10,000+ on this machine. All right, there's a chance you're going to have engine problems, so you got to spend $20,000. There's going to be undercarriage issues. There's going to be bushing issues. There's going to be a lot of maintenance that's going to go on after it reaches that 10,000 hour mark. So you got a lot of cost involved. So when you reach your 5-year period, you're probably going to want to look at replacing this machine. So 5 years from now, this machine is going to cost you 15% more than what it did when you originally made the purchase. And you want to cover your maintenance cost, where your maintenance cost on that machine for 5 years is going to be 15 to 20% to maintain that dozer over a 5-year period. So what I normally do is I take this 15% and multiply it by 275. Whatever I get, then I add the 15% to that, 15 to 20% to that, and that gives me a price of what that machine is going to cost me 5 years down the road. And then I know I'm going to replace that machine in the next 5 years, so I divide that by 5 years. So we know we got 2,080 hours. That gives you 1 year of working expense. You take that and divide it by 12 months, and then divide it by your 4 weeks, and then you have an average of what that machine cost you per week. Now you know how many hours you work a week on average. Is it a 40-hour week, a 45-hour week, a 50-hour week? Then you divide that by your normal hourly week, and that gives you what that machine costs you to operate per hour. And then you've got your fuel. You've got to figure in your fuel of what that machine's going to burn. Normally on an 8-hour day, I'd say you burn somewhere between 75 and 100 gallons of fuel. Fuel prices vary all across the nation, so you may be paying $2.25 a gallon, you may be paying $3 a gallon. So you've got to figure that in, and usually whatever my fuel price is, I add 15 to 20% to that to give me a good average, for the market as fuel goes up and goes down. That way I'm covered one way or the other. And that's generally, how I figure out my math to know what equipment costs me per hour to make sure that I can replace that machine or maintain that machine in the years to come. So that's all I have right now, but I look forward to talking to you in a few days, and we'll go over and hit some more points. Thank you all.